Now it's time to find out what's on Drew's mind.
That's right, BJ. What's on Drew's mind this time around? It's still staying in the world of basketball here. It's the in-season tournament marketing
Okay.
versus the Commissioner's Cup. And it's something that sparked my interest earlier this week. And if I could find the graphic, I will go get it. I'll be on the pursuit for it right now. But I saw a post on Instagram with Steph Curry on it. I believe it was an NBA's post directly, but talking about some of the hype for the in-season tournament or whatever. Here now, I really want to find the post. I'm itching for it
Yeah.
now.
I was just saying, I thought for a second there you were about to break into the only Hawks fans know how important this is, or something like that. I was and
Post.
just my goodness, that was
That was weird. I don't even want
weird.
to dig
I
into
know,
that, dude. That was
so
a
weird,
nasty one. See, it
just
is it
weird.
is on the NBA's page. I guess I'm missing the exact one I'm looking for here. I looked past it, didn't scroll fast enough. It has been a couple of days since this post, so it is a little bit back. Here it is. Okay. So talking about the in-season tournament and how they're marketing things compared to the WNBA. So the WNBA, they started the Commissioner's Cup first, obviously. We've had two
Yeah,
seasons of it. Had Aces champion, had New York Liberty champion, right?
yeah,
And you know how I've mentioned on this episode before that, I've asked WNBA players whether they get up for a Commissioner's Cup game. And,
yeah.
that question has been pretty much an emphatic nah
Nah,
in the past. Like, no, I mean, it's just another game, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, it was nothing the WNBA ever truly marketed to me. They just
yeah,
they put it out there and they gave you the rules. They told you how much they were going to pay you. And they showed you what the trophy looked like. Okay. And
yeah,
showed you how things were going to go and told you what you could do to win said money as a little incentive to play for this, whatever. And they slapped a little logo on the schedule for the games when those are Commissioner Cup games, and
yeah,
then they just go on about their season. There's no extra crazy marketing to really make people give a rip about this Commissioner's Cup and
yeah,
make players give a rip about it. Aside from everybody wants some money, which obviously you can hear LeBron on the latest interview live after the Lakers win. That they're going after that $500,000 or whatever it is, the prize money amount. So,
yeah,
I mean, obviously the money is the incentive and why players give a rip any bit about it anyway. But the biggest difference here to me, BJ, is that they just never marketed that bad boy for the Commissioner's Cup at all. Not the way, in any way, that the NBA is marketing the in-season tournament.
yeah,
We've seen before games were even played that there was a pre-made commercial, like a little Vegas, like poker type thing with a lot of different NBA players involved in it. I like the commercial that actually continues to rotate about the in-season tournament and stuff.
yeah,
So I mean, they planned and made some content, and when they want something to go, like when they get which we're gonna get some Christmas content when they make that yearly.
yeah,
I mean, like the stuff is planned and they go into it and they know how smart and important the marketing is and how big of a
right,
factor it
right.
is to get the things across to the people to pay the money to buy the league pass and watch the things like that and get into the game, watch the live national TV games and all that hoopla. The NBA is doing it the right way. The WNBA did it wrong, and the NBA has learned from them in their blunders over the
Mm-hmm.
past couple of seasons and have learned how to perfect it as they've prepped in for this in-season tournament. They've made the commercials, they get the players involved, and not just players involved to make the commercials, but players involved to market the dang tournament. I mean, some people like Damian Lillard, he's saying something funny about it, like there's something going on with this thing. We can't figure out what. There's something here. We can feel it, but we're not exactly sure what's going on, but it's fun, blah, blah, blah. He can't figure out the vibes, but there's obviously a different vibe. We talked about the in-season tournament courts that are out there. It brings a different essence that they know that that's an in-season tournament game. That is
Yeah,
one thing that they do to make it a little bit more important. And talking about the players, hyping things up for them with the marketing. Steph Curry, this quote that I'm looking at and what I'm referring to here, what I was looking for, Steph saying, this isn't any other Friday night. This is in-season tournament Friday night, baby. So, I mean, you got Steph saying stuff like that. One of the faces of this league, everybody is looking up and listening to Steph, watching his every move. He say that. You think the little kids aren't going to, hey, Mom, I want to watch the in-season tournament when I get home from school. Well, that stuff is happening. And doing it like that and through the players who are mentioning it in the post games, having, reporters ask the questions about in-season tournament. I mean, we asked in-season or WNBA or Commissioner's Cup questions on the W side of things as it was going on. So, I mean, it's not like we weren't doing some of those things, like, trying to ask the questions and almost in a way market it for them. Like, they're not pulling out of the pocket the perfect thing to say right there. They're just like, no, it's just kind of another game. It's like, well, that's wrong. That doesn't help you in the league. And the NBA is over here like, oh yeah, it's in season tournament Friday, baby. What's up? Yeah. We ready to hoop up in here. In season tournament, $500,000.
I guess my question is, do they believe it, or are they just being told that's what they have to answer with?
Does it matter?
Well, I mean,
they're presenting it to us as if they believe it.
Yeah,
they could be lying to us all the time, and we still listen to what is said in the conversations and the questions that are answered, like in the media responses. They could be lying in an entire quote.
So the Commissioner's Cup started before the 21 season, right, or the 22 season?
It started for the 21 season, so it's only gotten 2 full seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say
excuse me, 22. Sorry.
That's okay. That's right. I was like, wait, I was trying to make sure I did the math there. So I was thinking if it was something that they couldn't do a whole lot of marketing because of like if it was a COVID when it started, there was still like COVID things in place. That's what I was just trying to figure out, because it's easier, I think, to strategize and plan this out if you've got enough time, and I guess they did. It sounds like. So I don't know. I really
think the W just doesn't have an excuse, BJ, because the players are there. Yeah, they're very marketable. You can grab them and make this content. That just I don't know if there's enough. If there's the masterminds back there that say we should make this content, like there are on the NBA side that have been. I don't know how many. I don't think many years certain people have been in their roles to know that this is what they got to do to make things work and get people interested. But
yeah,
I mean, you can't just say, hey, we're doing the Commissioner's Cup on a league that is already trying to get people to watch, incentive or like show people that it's worth watching anyway. You can't just be like, Commissioner's Cup, paying them a whole bunch of money, gonna be cool. We're gonna have a little championship game for it in blah 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 in the middle of the season. And care about it, please. Yeah, thank you.
Like it's like somebody trying to make a point and getting nothing and being like, please clap, like there's yeah, I don't understand it. I think what we've talked about is that there is, and we'll talk about this later on here in the show a little bit more, but they have been successful in some efforts to get there to be more interest and more viewership in the league. We've talked about that.
We'll get into more later too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about it is that nobody gives a lick because it's not being marketed. I mean, like, if the players don't care, why should the fans care about it? Why is it?
That is the thing right there. Yeah. If you got players up here talking about, it's just another game on this WNBA side, how in the world can you get the W fans up for these Commissioner Cup games? Like, sure, we're excited about the championships and stuff now. This year was Aces Liberty, the preview of what the finals ended up being. But I mean, last year it was like,
I don't even remember who the Aces played for was it Chicago?
I don't even remember off the top right now. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure they beat the dog out of them. So it wasn't even a close game.
So that's the thing, is like, it needs to be more marketable.
Beat the dog out of the Aces in the Commissioner's Cup game.
Yeah, actually. That's true. That's true. But at the same time, it was at least enough of a matchup that was intriguing because it was potential finals look ahead. Last year when we had the Aces in the Commissioner's Cup title, it may have been just some, it may have just legitimately been some regular season game that ended up determining it. I really just, it's bad that we don't remember, and we've watched the sport here the last couple of years, that we can't remember, not this past season, but the season before, and who won the in-season tournament that they're trying to grow, not just in their sport, but in both sides with the NBA now here in their first season. So, I mean, maybe the WNBA will take some, inspiration from some of these, but I think that in terms of like, if you want different courts or more marketing, I think marketing would be the easier thing to do. But is there going to be that same level of intrigue because they aren't making as big of a deal as the NBA is with having new courts. I think if they want to do something like, having different jerseys or something for those kind of games,
The
like
disappointing part, BJ, is the W just continues to look as if it's the guinea pig.
yeah,
Like go test this out for us, see how
yeah,
this works. Like, it kind of worked, but here's some tweaks that the NBA is going to make to perfect it, and that's what the in-season tournament is going to be for this Commissioner's Cup. If the W would just get it right the first time, I mean, like,
yeah,
maybe if they would have done what the NBA is doing for this in-season tournament part, launched the Commissioner's Cup like that, I think it would have been a fire way to do it and got people
yeah,
very interested. But
yeah,
rolling out the way they did, it just didn't help matters. And if the W is going to have to get out of its own way, stop being the guinea pig for some things. It's fine to in terms of it be a guinea pig, but get it right. I mean, like, you're the ones doing it first. You can't keep doing things and let the NBA clean up your mess and just do it better every time. I mean,
yeah,
it'll just keep giving fans that are the naysayers reasons to not go support your league. It's like,
yes,
well, you guys can't get this right. The NBA gets a hold of it and they get it right immediately. What's going on
yeah.
here with you guys? I don't know if I want to watch you guys.
There's got to be some kind of more creative leadership from the NBA side of things that is affecting the WNBA without being just like an absorption to have the same people working on both. I don't know what to suggest to make that happen, but I mean, there's got to be somebody's got to be out there
Someone's
to
gotta
have better ideas, right?
They got to make something shake, and that's what's on Drew's mind, man. Just a little frustrating, man. That
I can understand that. Absolutely, I understand that.
at least somebody's getting the dang thing right of having to market it. Maybe the W can learn for the future things that they do, that they have to do things like that.